The Suns' most important player. Kevin Durant? Devin Booker? Maybe even Bradley Beal? No, it's Jusuf Nurkic. He's the hub of the Suns' offense and one of their most important defenders, and is the reason why they were able to defend and end up beating the Nuggets along with Drew Eubanks' excellent defense. In today's film breakdown, we're going to review what Jusuf Nurkic does for this Suns team that often lacks size, lacks physicality, and the ability he brings on the offensive end to just be a hub of the offense on a team that often struggles with passing. So let's get right into it. In this first clip right here, we have Jusuf Nurkic at the wing position on the court, who has the ball kind of closer to the top of the key. It seems like right here we're having an action set by Bradley Beal so that Eric Gordon can potentially get open and get a wide open three. He's been great from three this year, and using Bradley Beal as a screener makes a lot of sense because he believes that he probably draws a lot of space from defenders. After all, with this formation on the court, he's really the only scary scorer. As you see right here, instead of actually getting the ball to Eric Gordon though, he notices that in this action, it seems like the OKC Thunder are going to send help towards the shooter in Eric Gordon, who's going to appear right here. So Jusuf Nurkic actually threads the pass in towards Bol Bol so that he can potentially get a wide open dunk. And this recognition of double teams is just a quick example of what Jusuf Nurkic does as an offensive hub. He's able to exploit defenses and always make the right pass. And that's really important in a Suns lineup that often struggles with passing, specifically with Kevin Durant. Right here, we see Josh Giddey gets the ball in transition, and Jusuf Nurkic, to be honest, he's not in the greatest position right here. We have Chet coming down right here, and we already have an OKC Thunder player close to the basket and in a position to score. So he has to potentially block the passing lane that's kind of right here for Giddey, as well as make sure that he prevents him from the rim. Bradley Beal, on the other hand, I don't really know what he's doing personally. He's not really in any position to do any of these things, and so he doesn't even contest it at all. Right here, Jusuf Nurkic, notice his good footwork and positioning as he blocks off the back pass to Aaron Wiggins and is also able to contain Josh Giddey. This is important because as a big man in the NBA today, it's really important to be good on the defensive end as well as be good as the backline defender and, most importantly, rim protector. What you see right here, he ends up blocking Josh Giddey and preventing Aaron Wiggins from getting the ball, which is just overall a successful possession, especially when they're driving in transition. In this next clip right here, we see Jusuf Nurkic get the ball at the wing position on the other side of the court, this time versus the OKC Thunder. It seems like they have Chet Holmgren guarding him, and they have Cason Wallace guarding Bradley Beal. It seems like they love to run actions with Jusuf Nurkic and Bradley Beal within the action. Bradley Beal uses his momentum to get way ahead of Cason Wallace, and Jusuf Nurkic sets a nice screen right here to make Cason Wallace have to feel like he has to go around the screen, and that makes it tough for him to pursue. This causes Chet Holmgren to step into a deep drop and Josh Giddey to rotate over from the weak side to make sure that Bradley Beal doesn't have a lot of room to drive. Now, Jusuf Nurkic right here intelligently realizes that both of these players are chasing Bradley Beal, an elite scorer, and Josh Giddey has rotated over. He realizes there's an empty bit of space right here, and with him being the biggest man in terms of girth on the floor, he's going to drive into that lane and clear up that space. Right here, a lot of big men would struggle. They'd probably immediately look for a pass. If you look at somebody like Draymond Green, not to hate, but he'd probably look to pass towards an open shooter on the wing. But Jusuf Nurkic has a lot of skills as an offensive player that he developed throughout his days in Portland, and so he ends up putting up this flip shot, which goes right in the basket. And that offensive versatility is something that we really see when he's playing with the Suns. The fact that he can score as well, even whenever he's guarded by a big like Chet Holmgren, and specifically when he's left open in the pick and roll, which is super important because a lot of teams like to double Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, and so will often be left with open space in the middle of the court and have to make the right decision, whether that's to score or whether that's to pass. And in this position, clearly scoring was the right idea. In this next play right here, we have his seminal game versus the Nuggets, which I thought he played incredibly. He's guarding Jokic, probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest to guard in the league right now as a big man. And he guards Jokic basically kind of in the high extended post area right by the elbow. It seems like the Suns here believe in Nurkic. They're not sending any help right away. They say, okay, Nurkic, you're on an island. You're going to be defending Joker. And we're going to see exactly what's going to happen right here. So Grayson Allen seems to follow Jamal Murray into the paint. A lot of times teams would actually probably send Grayson Allen off to double against Jokic just because of how great of an offensive player he is. But in this specific play, they don't. They leave Nurkic essentially on an island. This whole side of the court that Jokic is on is completely empty, and that allows for him to go into this one-on-one matchup against Nurkic. Nurkic definitely has the girth, though, to compare to somebody like Nikola Jokic, who is also a big man, and Jokic is actually able to do this nice little spin move right by him, and Nurkic does a good job of not fouling him on this play, but Nurkic doesn't give up on this play. He still maintains position around the basket, and it makes it a really tough layup because he basically kind of walls him off right here, and makes it so that the sideline kind of becomes an extra defender. So with the sideline being an extra defender, it makes it really tough for Nikola Jokic to get off this ball at the correct place, and he ends up under the basket and in no position to really thread the ball through and get a layup. And so this causes Jusuf Nurkic to end up getting a defensive stop versus him. No foul is called. And Aaron Gordon actually ends up getting this rebound, which is unfortunate because it seems like the Suns players are all looking towards, transition. Royce O'Neal, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant are all looking into transition. But Jusuf Nurkic doesn't give up. Aaron Gordon's a strong player. He presents a different type of challenge than Nikola Jokic. He's a lot faster. He's a lot more explosive. But Jusuf Nurkic does a great job of doing what big men are supposed to do, which is swallow players like this when they get towards the rim. And even though he's not in a perfect position after defending off Nikola Jokic, he's able to get up high and block this ball from basically a former NBA dunk champion, which is honestly kind of incredible when he was out of position and forces that miss and is able to grab that rebound. And it's no wonder because he just recently got 30 rebounds in one game, which was absolutely incredible. In this last play right here, it features Jusuf Nurkic's ability on the offensive end as an offensive hub, as well as his ability to create offense. So right here, Jusuf Nurkic is going to get the ball to Kevin Durant, and he's going to set a screen. He's seminal to this action, though, because setting a screen on Aaron Gordon, who had been defending Kevin Durant well all night, forces Jokic into this action, which makes it really tough for Nikola Jokic in terms of choosing whether he should get Jusuf Nurkic or whether he should continue to double on KD and leave Jusuf Nurkic open. This means that MPJ is likely going to have to help into this action, and it seems like the Suns already know this with Royce O'Neal kind of looking towards the ball and maybe looking to lift up from the corner. As you see this play right here, KD does a great job. It seems like they did plan on actually doubling KD. So as a counter move to this, he immediately knew to thread the ball to Nurkic. And now MPJ, as I said, he wanted to help in the action, and he's in a good position to help right here. But this leaves O'Neal completely open on the wing. But Nurkic is also a great roller, and even though we have Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. converging right here, we have Nurkic, who is a great offensive player as well, and he's able to thread a ball over, a nice little hook shot that we kind of saw earlier, and make that basket, which is at a key point in the game and really showcases Nurkic's ability to not only initiate plays, but also be a play finisher, which is why I think he's probably the most important Suns player, because he does stuff that the other Suns player just can't do. KD, Booker, Bradley Beal, they all score, but nobody can provide the defensive tenacity as well as the offensive girth and playmaking that Jusuf Nurkic provides. If he goes down for the season, there's really no hope for this team. If you guys like this content about Jusuf Nurkic and role players in the NBA in general, please like and subscribe and comment below your thoughts on the Suns season.